Okay, everybody. We're back here at the Darkness for another daily vlog leading up to Transworld. Oh, I gotta be able to see myself. Leading up to Transworld 2024. Today, we're gonna talk about animations versus makeup and costumes and what we do here at the Darkness and what I suggest people do. And look at Adam's over there, he's cleaning. He's a workaholic. But I want to remind you to get your tickets for the haunted house tour. Hopefully people don't fast forward past this part, but you can get your tickets at darkness.fearticket.com. If you're coming to Transworld, get your tickets at darkness.fearticket.com. Thursday night is going to be the behind the scenes tour where you get to go through the whole entire haunted house, take pictures and videos with no fog under show light conditions. It's what we call the behind the scenes tour. On Friday, it's going to be the Lemp haunted house. And I can pretty much guarantee you this is the last time that we'll ever do the Lemp haunted house. We're even considering not even opening it for next Halloween. Thinking about taking a break from it, focusing on the Darkness and Creepy World. So I can promise you we will not open it at Transworld next year. So that's a guarantee. So with that being said, I don't know that we would open the Darkness again next year. It just really depends. But Saturday will be the first time, March the 9th, that we open the Darkness with live actors. And we are inviting any guest actor that wants to come, just literally reach out to us and let us know. So what we're going to talk about here really quickly is mask versus makeup. But let me show you this. Look at these bodies that we painted. We took these bodies from Ghost Ride, and look how cool those look. Look at this one. Isn't that disgusting? That is really disgusting. Now, these bodies came to us just like with feet hanging out of what looked like a gunny sack. And I do appreciate, Ghost Ride getting them to me very quickly. But what we did was we tied the rope around the necks, all over the legs, the waist, so that you knew that there was a diseased body inside. So check this out. We did these today. This one's my favorite right here. So they look pretty cool, actually. So today's topic is masks versus makeup. So I have a few things to say about this topic. I am going to say that masks are better than makeup for most haunts. Certain cities have an advantage because they have, like in Atlanta, there's a lot of movies being made there. There's a lot of really talented people there. Down where 13th Gate is, they have a lot of Hollywood people there because they make a lot of movies there. Obviously, if you're in Hollywood, California, or even Orlando for that matter, because of the theme parks that are there and they do some TV and stuff like that, it does attract some talent. So there's a lot of haunts that have access to a lot of talent that you don't have in St. Louis. Now, I will mention that St. Louis is building a massive movie and sound studio. It's not far from my house. It's in a place called Chesterfield. They're spending like $300 million. You can look it up online. It's called Gateway something or another. And it's going to allow people that are running big concerts to come in and set up the whole thing. So like Taylor Swift, for example, could come in their biggest soundstage, set up her whole place. She could rehearse. She can program her lights. They can move semi trucks in, and then, or they can shoot movies. And Missouri just passed tax credits for the music and film industry. So now they can shoot more movies in St. Louis. They have shot some really cool movies here, like one of my favorite movies is Up in the Air. That movie's incredible. One of the most famous movies shot in St. Louis, cult classic, is Escape from New York. That was shot in St. Louis, John Carpenter. But St. Louis doesn't have a lot of tax credits. Gone Girl was shot in Missouri, not far from St. Louis. But now that Missouri has tax credits, they're probably going to be shooting a lot more stuff here in Missouri, which will help get access to makeup artists. Because see, these makeup artists in these cities that have all this film and TV stuff, they can go and work on these movies and stuff. And you know what every makeup artist has in common? They love horror. So they love working at a haunted house. You know, it's almost like fun for them, you know. But they can work during the day at one of these movie things and then come work at your haunted house at nighttime. And that is an advantage that any haunt in Atlanta, for example, would have over 95% of every haunt in America. So if you found some good makeup artists near you, obviously that's incredible and you should have them. But when you have, say, 50, 60, 80 actors, you can't get all these people in makeup, and you certainly can't do them like super great. And especially in September, it could be really hot and the makeup will just like fly off. And to do a really good makeup job, especially if you're going to use like, you know, attachments to your face or whatever, if you're going to do any of that kind of stuff, this kind of stuff can take a while. So you'd have to have a lot of makeup artists to do a lot of characters. So, and if you find good makeup artists, that's great, and you should do as many actors as you can. Here at The Darkness, we have kind of a rule that if you want makeup, and we're going to do as many as we can, but when the bell strikes, you know, it's mass or nothing. So, but we do highly encourage masks, because when you have companies out there like Immortal Masks, they make masks that you just simply can't recreate with makeup. Not unless you're going to be sitting in a chair for 8 hours. Okay, when they did the makeup on, like, say, Freddy Krueger, he would literally be sitting in that chair for 4 to 6 hours getting that makeup on. And they would talk about how they would speed the process up, maybe knock an hour off. But yeah, he'd get up at the crack of dawn, he'd be sitting in that chair forever. And that's just kind of how makeup rolls, like when you're doing it on that level. And you can't do that to 80 actors. That's just impossible. So masks become very valuable, and especially when you don't have access to a lot of makeup artists or enough to do that many actors in a short period of time, masks become very valuable. So some of the problems with masks, quite frankly, is silicones, when they come down over your neck, are very hot. Very few actors want to wear those, especially when it's warm. When it gets colder, they don't mind as much. So you got to have a mixture of masks, okay? So I'm going to show you what is my favorite masks for actors. And this is from Robert Kurtzman's company. These masks are called foam latex. And you see the material inside, it's nice and smooth, and it absorbs like your heat and your sweat, and they're really comfortable. This is a massive upgrade over anything latex. They're super comfortable to wear, and they look fantastic. So they're a notch below, obviously, silicones, but they work, and the actors do not mind wearing them. So they're one of my favorite masks to purchase. I mean, look how great that looks, like compared to an old latex mask. And the actors don't mind wearing them. And see, they also have ones where they have the neck as well. And then they have ones where there is no neck. But that's a really good mask with some black eyeliner like you are ready to roll in about a minute or two. Okay, so you also have these other masks, you know, like this one is called a half mask, and they have silicone half masks as well. The actors don't mind wearing those as much, but as you can see up here, we have quite a few silicone masks. Now I'm going to tell you, and by the way, I just bought this one from CFX. That one is really cool. It's a Frankenstein mask. I don't know if I so much bought it to have one of my actors wear it, or I bought it because I just want it. Okay, I love Frankenstein. But here's the masks, and we have quite a few of them. We have a ridiculous amount. At Creepy World, we wear a lot of silicone masks, and at Darkness, we wear a lot of silicone masks. The actors really like ones like that one, right there, the porcelain doll where there's like a neck. There's no neck. See that one? They don't mind wearing those as much. And look, that's another great one right there with no neck coming down. Once we start getting into the Halloween season and it starts to cool down, then more of the silicone mask can be worn. But the silicone masks are so incredible. But I'm going to tell you what the greatest benefit to buying silicone masks like this is. I'm going to tell you right now. So when you're trying to make content for your haunted house, and I'm talking about content like you're going to make promos, 10-second promos, you're going to do a photo shoot. You literally can do them with green screens like that. You can shoot the monster in a costume in front of a green screen, and then you can like superimpose like something really cool on the background. And of course you can go into your haunted house and try to shoot it there too, but you got to get the lighting right and everything else. So I would highly suggest, you know, hire somebody who's really good at all that. Because I can tell you, the better the photographer, the better the picture, the better the result. And I'm going to give you a great tip. When you film, like let's say you go in your haunted house and you're filming monsters and promos, and you're taking photos, then get a quick video as well. And when I say a quick video, it could be just like turning around really fast, or say, you know, coming at you or making a sudden motion. And so if you have that actor in that costume, get some video and get them to do, you know, 8 to 10 different little motions. And then you have that footage, plus you have the photos. Now, I can tell you right now that these silicone masks are incredible for doing promos for your haunted house. You should have a massive collection, and every year I buy more. And people are like, why you buy more? Because you have so many. Well, because we're doing new promos. We want new costumes, we want new monsters. I just recently bought a bunch of masks from Immortal Masks, and they also had the full like devil suit. Well, of course I bought it. Do I expect an actor to wear it? I would love for the actor to wear it in the haunted house, especially as an icon actor out front. If it's cool, then maybe they will wear it. But you know what I'm definitely going to do with it is make promos. Those silicone masks pay for themselves because of the promos you can shoot. But let me give you a couple things I'm going to throw out there. If you buy the silicone mask and you have a really cool costume, and then you don't have any hands, the character just looks terrible. So we've run into that where we didn't have, and we put gloves, black gloves, and things of this nature. But what you really need is to buy the silicone sleeves as well. So even if you have a really cool costume on them, it's really important when you're taking these photos and they have their hands out, you know, that their hands match the mask. So if you're going to buy silicone masks, you have to think about the benefit is, yes, when it's cooler, your actors will wear them, okay? They also, you still get actors that will wear them, even if it's hot outside. In September, we run limited hours, so we only are open for like 2 hours or something like that. So yeah, they might wear them because it's a very short period of time. But once you get into October and it's cooler, you know, there's no problem wearing them. But I really like the foam latex mask for the actor who would complain about wearing a silicone. That's option B, right? You would love for them to wear the silicone because they're so incredible. But here's the key about silicone. You need a costume, you need a mask, and you need hands for that character. And if you bought 6 silicone masks and you go like, oh, you know, I don't want my actors to wear them because they might tear them or rip them or steal them, or they won't wear them because they're too hot. Forget all that. Focus on doing great monsters for your photo shoots. That's where the silicone masks pay for themselves in spades. Okay? And there's no way that you're going to be able to get makeup, I don't care what part of the country you're in, that looks as good as these silicone masks, because these are just next level, very next level. And to actually replicate some of these makeup effects on a person would take hours. Nobody has hours, right? So you can do really cool makeup very quickly, but you're not going to be able to do full scale monsters like that, okay, and do 80 people. That's never going to happen. Not unless you have an army of makeup artists, and I mean an army. And you have your staff coming in way ahead of when you open, on top of the fact that you have the area for them to sit and all the stalls and everything else. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. Some places have more than others, but nobody has the kind of space that Universal devotes to this. But you have to remember, they've got literally, you know, airplane hangars essentially, like, because you know where you can rent to shoot movies and TV shows. They have all this kind of stuff on their lot, so they have a lot of space to be doing stuff like that. You don't. Most people don't, I should say. So here at the Darkness, we do makeup. We're always looking for great makeup artists, but we have a limit to how many people we can do. If the actor shows up early and they get in line, they can do makeup. If an actor can show that they can do the makeup themselves, we'll let them, but only if it looks great, okay? Otherwise, we prefer masks. And what I think is the most important thing for you as a haunter to do is to have a collection of masks. Half mask, full mask, and you can even do some masks like this one right here. You know, as you can see, it's kind of burlap, but then it has a structure inside of it. Okay, so that's a different kind of mask. I mean, look at this mask right here. How could anybody complain about wearing that? That's just so comfortable. It's not even funny. So, and then look, here is another example of a half mask. Okay, see, it's got a band on the back. Now we have a lot more masks than this because we have another makeup room over here, and we can walk over there real quick, but we're gonna wrap up this video. This is just a quick little vlog where I'm just explaining to you how we do things here at the Darkness, and we do them the same way at Creepy World. And by the way, masks are great because your actors, you know, you got a hard time getting actors now, you know, and then if they come in late, man, you can throw them in a mask pretty quick. But try, if you're going to buy silicones or really cool masks, try and get hands and a costume to match. And as you can see in here, like, look at this mask right here. That is really incredible mask, and it's very comfortable to wear. And so we have tons and tons of these. We have to get our makeup room and actor room all set back up, but you see there's a lot of half masks. Okay, and you want to get a lot of these clips because you can clip your mask like right on these grids. And then we just buy these right off Amazon, so you can put the grid on the wall, you can attach that, and you can just literally stack masks on there for decades. And we have tons and tons and tons of costumes. I can't go too far back because it gets kind of dark. Now we also have these that roll around on wheels, and you can wheel these out, and there's more costumes over there. We have these things. We have shaker cans. You know, we try to give like whatever the actor wants to use. And then we have a lot of hand tools for them, weapons, whatever, if they want to hold them in their hands. So just a kind of a variety of all kinds of things going on here. So I want to remind you to go to darkness.fearticket.com and get your tickets for the Darkness Haunt Tour. Because we're really excited for you to come into St. Louis and come and see us. And we're hoping that everybody's inspired by the tour. We're hoping that we do a good job. We hope that you'll have a great time and that you'll learn something and take something away from the experience. So go to darkness.fearticket.com. This was another daily vlog coming to you live from the darkness. By the way, you'll see here, when we do the Krampus night, this is still all left over from Krampus. All the Christmas costumes piled everywhere. But one of the things that we're going to be doing next week is cleaning this whole room, reorganizing it, and getting it all back together. And you want to see a crazy mask. Look at this, Captain Crunch. Now, for you guys that don't know this, there is a mask show. It's called Mask Fest. I'm not sure what all companies go there, but Monsterpalooza is a great show if you want to like learn makeup or find like professional makeup supplies. That's really what that show is. It's like a big artist show, but it's a makeup show as well. So I would highly suggest you go to Monsterpalooza and check it out. I found a lot of cool makeup supplies there. And a lot of Academy Award winning makeup artists are doing demos and everything. Yeah, and those people sit in those chairs and there's 2, 3, 4 people working on them for, you know, an hour, 2 hours or better. And we know in the haunted house industry, we don't have that kind of time to devote to one actor. And that's where these masks come in, and that's where these silicone masks and all these other things. So when you go to Hauntworld this year, really look for costumes to match masks with hands, maybe a weapon, and think about those things for promos, promo pictures, promo videos. But the one thing I will tell you is when you're making these promo videos, don't have the actor have a weapon and threaten you in the video, because it won't get approved. So we don't usually put our actors with weapons in their hands, but if they do, they're just holding them. They're not like striking at you, because you're just wasting your time. So make sure you like and subscribe to the Hauntworld channel. We look forward to you coming out to Hauntworld. And by the way, we're going to be making costumes here, and we're going to show you how we're going to make those. That's going to be another vlog that we do. That's coming up. We're going to make zombie costumes, and we're really excited about that. That'll be a video coming up soon. And until then, you have a great day. Happy hauntings, happy Halloween, and all that in between. And one other thing, these things are really hard to come by. A lot of people have suggested making a mold and making your own, but I do know that the different companies sell these, and so the mask, you know, will sit right on them. Until next time, we'll see you here at the Darkness Haunted House Tour coming soon. March the 7th, 8th, and 9th, right here in St. Louis at the Hauntworld Haunted House, Escape Room, Halloween, Christmas show. It's all going down. And we will be here at the haunted house. Now we got to get back to installing new props, new animations, and we're still waiting on some. And we're going to do vlogs on all the new, as we put it, the new props in and everything else. Until then, happy Halloween, everybody.